You just realise just how big a club it is. You realise how big a county it is.
Yorkshire, the county, it's the variety.
I think it's the people telling us it is.
Cricket and fish and chips and a bit of beer.
Over 700 cricket clubs. That's more than the whole of Australia.
Yorkshire strong, England are strong. That side is the best side there's ever been in the history of the game.
Yorkshire LV County champions.
Cricket is ingrained in Yorkshire.
Following their title-winning success last summer, Yorkshire Cricket Club have granted Sky Sports exclusive behind-the-scenes access for 2015. We'll be following the White Rose County throughout the summer as they search for more glory. Yorkshire's journey started in the luxurious surroundings of Abu Dhabi, where they were to take part in the traditional season curtain raiser against an MCC side. After a winter training indoors, the tour was a chance for the players to get some much-needed outdoor practice ahead of the season.
Well, you just want lads to go home with confidence, you know, putting lads under pressure. I mean, in indoor nets at Headingley, there's only so many indoor nets you can do. You need to get out on grass and put lads under pressure in game situations.
You know, the lads refer to it as a day in the dirt. The only way to prepare for spending a day on your 90 overs or 96 overs in a day, the only way to prepare for that is actually do it. And so to be able to fulfil that out on pre-season tour is absolutely perfect.
This is where it all starts really for us, you know, to be outside together as a team, you know, and playing, you know, good cricket, good competitive cricket, which is what it's all about, you know. It gets you ready for the season.
The team were also taking part in a 2020 tournament involving Lancashire, Sussex and the MCC. Having struggled in the shortest format last season, the coach was keen to see improvements in the season ahead.
The fact is with Yorkshire, we're a 1 in 3 side. Historically, 1 in 3. We win 1, lose 2. This is since T20's come in. So, you know, from my perspective, we need to look at ways to do things a bit differently. We keep doing the same things, we're going to have the same results, lads. It's as simple as that. I want us to go out there and do something different. I want us to go and enjoy the game. We're going to get some good crowds turning up to watch us play. Let's go and entertain them, yeah? Let's go and show them how good we are. Let's go put on a show. Yeah? Yeah. All right, training starts today.
Throughout the summer, Jack Brooks, known as Ferret, will be providing a unique insight into life with Yorkshire. And he used the 90-minute trip to Dubai to give us a first glimpse.
There he is, world's oldest man.
Did you get your key back, Jack?
Yeah, I did, and I remember that. Who do you think you are?
Red cord.
Don't do practical jokes on people who do practical jokes better than you.
I didn't do it.
Yorkshire were up against old rivals Lancashire for a place in the final, with Alex Lees captain in the absence of the injured Andrew Gale. After losing a couple of early wickets, Johnny Bairstow smashed his way to a quick-fire half-century as Yorkshire posted 158, before Adil Rashid soared his England credentials, picking up 4 wickets as Lancashire ended their 20 overs on 138 for 7.
Lads, the final starts at either 4:30 or 5, depending on when this game finishes, okay? So we'll make a plan. I'll let you know what time we'll get ourselves going for that game. Very well done, boys. Well done. Excellent.
Before the final got underway, Jason Gillespie took time out to meet the fans who had come along.
Australia, of course. Of course.
MS Dhoni, yeah?
He's been very good captain in the one days. Not so much in tests, but...
Can I have a photo?
You want a selfie, don't you? Yeah, of course you can. So, yeah, let's all get in there.
You want Andrew? All right, like it.
Let's meet him in the trenches.
Yorkshire will play Sussex in the final after they had comprehensively beaten the MCC. Things got off to a poor start as 3 wickets fell early, before Andrew Hodd launched a counter-attack to set Sussex a tough target of 177. Adil Rashid then carried on his good form from the semi-final, With the help of some excellent fielding, Sussex were dismissed for just 102.
Lads, fantastic effort. Just well done. Just absolutely brilliant. Very proud of you all. Gailey, I know you were keen to say something.
Yeah, I think special mention for Hoddy. I thought it was outstanding to come out against his old club and play like that. And I thought the best thing today was we lost 3 wickets and he ran down the pitch the next ball, even though he missed it, showed a massive intent. And in recent years, we've probably gone and tried to work his way to 100, 120. Chances are, if we play like that and show that intent, we might as well go for 150, 160 and get bowled out for 70. But we just showed that massive intent, and I think that credit to you there, Hoddy, you set the tone.
After their success in the T20 competition, the players' focus switched back to the game against the MCC, which will be played in Abu Dhabi under floodlights using a pink ball.
I think the wicket's going to be quite flat and it might nip around a bit when the lights come on later in the evening. Obviously the white ball tends to do that sometimes on the good wickets. But I haven't played with a pink ball, I haven't played these sort of rules under a floodlit game before, so it's a bit new to a lot of people. So it'll be quite interesting. It could be an absolute shambles or I might do all right.
Lads, very quickly, the team is Lythe, Leesy, captain, Jack Leaning, Johnny B, Rhodesy, congratulations, first game, first class game. The Hodfather, Rash, Brezzy, Pato, City and Jack Brooks. So congratulations to everyone. Not much for me really. Not many of us have played with a pink ball before under lights in first class cricket, so let's just embrace it, enjoy it. It's simply a reward for the season we had and great preparation for the season 2015. So I wish you all well. Let's have some fun. Okay?
With the formalities out of the way, it was time to decide which 2 players, drawn at random, would be responsible for paying for the team dinner later in the trip.
I can tell you exactly which cup you're in. That one. Perfect. Oh, this makes me laugh. It's you. Don't speak up. Yes.
Before concentrating on the upcoming game, there was time for the usual football match before a day's play, with a winning goal being scored by Jack Leaning.
Just shows the youngsters the class there. The fitness comes through and we showed we've got the capabilities of winning the game. It's always youngies versus oldies, and more often than not the youngies come out on top. I've got a footballing background, and I think sometimes it just shows on the pitch that I'm just that little step above.
Yorkshire enjoyed an excellent first day, picking up the wicket of Alistair Cook early on, and then Will Rhodes picked up his first wicket as the MCC were all out for 221. When Yorkshire batted, Adam Lythe continued where he left off last season, as he scored 100 as Yorkshire made 372 before being dismissed just before the close on day 2. The MCC then ended the day on 13 without loss, still 138 behind. Up in the gym, one of the squad's injured players had been going through a strenuous rehab session under the guidance of strength and conditioning coach and former Yorkshire spinner Ian Fisher.
I'm lucky I've got a really good culture here at Yorkshire, that it's a well-established training culture, guys work hard. So yeah, I need buy-in, and luckily I get that.
Yorkshire knew that early wickets on day 3 could see them wrap the game up with a day to spare. The bowlers didn't disappoint as they bowled out the MCC side just after tea, leaving Adam Lythe to hit the winning runs to secure a 9-wicket win.
winning 3 days is a wonderful effort, great team performance again. You know, that's what we're all about. And yeah, we settled in really well. We got off to a good start, and yeah, nice. Carry on.
Very, very quickly, congratulations on a pretty ruthless performance. Not much to say really. You know you've performed very well. Well done to everyone who's performed in this game. I just want to say, all the best to the lads that are going to the West Indies from Yorkshire. So all the best, boys. Really well done, boys. Thank you. We spoke just before we left for Abu Dhabi. The lads had sort of had enough of being indoors and were ready to go. They'd put all their practice in, all that hard work, and they were ready to go to Abu Dhabi. Towards the end of Abu Dhabi, we said, right, had enough of this. We're ready to get home now.
It's all about the body, I think. Just getting the body back used to it again. You know, this is just coming up on my 15th, 16th pre-season now, so, you know, I think as skills go, as a bowler, I think they're all there. It's just about getting your body right and ready to hit the ground running at the start of the summer.
Really tight on that line, mate. Need to get behind, pal. Need to get behind. It's important for coaches to be armed with as much information as you can. You know, I think it's what and how you deliver to players, I think is key. You know, I think it comes down to individual players. You know, some lads like to have as much information as possible, as many statistics as they want. Other lads, minimum is best for them.
Well, start for you lads, isn't it?
Mate, I'm not used to this.
All right, how are you? Yeah, good.
The game against the Leeds Bradford University side was definitely one for the bowlers. Yorkshire's batsmen endured a tough match, but the Seamers continued where they left off in Abu Dhabi as the game ended in a draw.
No, it's not. Well, boys, very good. Thank you. So from me, good luck for the season. The talent, ability, everything's there. All it is now is attitude. When we cross that white line, we've got to have the attitude. On his day, we'll beat anyone. Okay, but if you slack off for half an hour in first-class cricket, it'll bite you up the arse. So we've got to make sure every time we cross the white line, we're switched on, we've got a good attitude. I think we're ready, boys. Good luck.
Coming up, we meet Yorkshire's newest recruit. Plus, we're on the road with the team as they begin the title defence against Worcestershire. After Eunice Khan pulled out as the team's overseas player at short notice, the club moved swiftly and managed to secure the services of another of the world's leading batsmen.
So I think I'll be the third Indian cricketer to represent Yorkshire. So it's an honour for me, and there's a nice culture in here.
I think we've got a player who's desperate to learn and develop his game. And I think that they're the overseas pros that you want. It's fantastic that he wants to come and improve his game and improve here in county cricket.
The kind of cricketer Sachin has been a role model for me, and he has been role model for many cricketers. So I hope I'll be able to live up to the standards.
Hi, Jack.
Hey, Marv.
I'm just a bit surprised that Kua's not sitting next to Cheteshwar.
Steve Pujara over here.
Steve.
Say hello, Steve.
Steve Pujara, Yorkshire new player.
Dickie Bird, eh?
You what?
Say hello, Dickie.
Hello. Who are you?
You're on TV, mate.
Am I on TV? He's my old friend. Yeah, bro.
How are you, mate?
All right, mate.
You looking forward to Worcester?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. What horse did you pull out in the Grand National?
I don't know his name. I've never seen it, heard it before.
Is it one of the favourites?
Still running.
With 6 of their squad still away with England, Yorkshire faced a tough start to their title defence.
Oh, nice, Cothead. Lovely, pal.
20-year-old Will Rhodes would open the batting alongside Alex Lees. who was once again captain in the absence of the suspended Andrew Gale.
Well, obviously Leesy's captain throughout his career. You know, he's a mature head on young shoulders, reads the game well, got a very good cricket brain. So in a way it was a no-brainer.
Yeah, it'll be real challenging. I've not seen much of their bowlers, so yeah, it'll be good. They've got a couple of really good spinners, which you know will obviously be looking to cause a problem for our lads, but I think we can deal with it.
Ahead of the usual pre-game meeting, the players had chance to catch up on the Grand National, with Jack Leaning the lucky winner of the team sweepstake.
Obviously, from the stats and from the footage that I watched on Dixie's presentation, they try and just play a patience game. You know, bowl at the stumps. Obviously, they're not going to blast you out, looking to nibble you out from, you know, full and straight.
I didn't see a lot from their batting that would, you know, suggest we do anything drastically different from our game plan, our lines, our lengths. Okay, you know, Leesy, there might be just some fields that you communicate with the bowlers with, certain batters, the way they play, but by and large, just make sure we just nail our skills, absolutely hammer it home and do our job.
It's a pleasure to present Pooch with his county cap of Holy Grail of Yorkshire cricket.
Standing in for Andrew Gale. Alex, looking forward to the new season. Bit of pressure to defend your title?
Yeah, certainly. I think as well. We've got 6 players away from England, so it gives some opportunities for our younger players. We've got Will Rhodes coming in today and young Cal Carver, left-arm spinner. So you know, it's an exciting time for the club.
The bowlers once again got the team off to a great start with 2 quick wickets. But Worcester fought back through Moeen Ali and Tom Fell, as no more wickets fell before lunch.
Yeah, good start to be fair. Getting the wickets early doors. We had a few chances which we didn't take, but all in all pretty happy. I think we've got to learn how to bowl at this wicket. It's quite an unresponsive deck and we just kind of searched a little bit after having such good success early on.
Yorkshire's seamers continued to bowl well throughout the rest of the day, and despite Fell completing his century, the visitors managed to reduce the home side to 264 for 8 after day 1.
Well done, boys. Great work. Well done. Very well done.
On the way back to the hotel, we caught up with Mark Boyle, the team's coach driver, who has ferried the players around the country for the last 7 years.
Love the lads. Great bunch of lads. Always been a great bunch of lads every year. Even with the changes, we have a new group come in, and it's always something different every year, but just mainly with the lads and, you know, just sort of joining in. They've always made me feel part of the team. That's why, you know, I'm up on the balcony and I just really enjoy it all, really. I really look forward to the cricket every season coming around.
Cheers, Wiley.
Oh, he's getting behind. Oh, leader.
That's all right. A little bit of a review on yesterday, please, and a bit of a plan for today.
I thought we stuck at it well yesterday, boys. I think, as Bruce said just a minute ago, I don't think that's the 260 for 8 pitch. I think it's a better pitch than that. There's no real demons in it. There's no pace in it. I think we stuck at our task well. I think if we do the same this morning, we'll get our rewards quite early.
The bowlers did indeed get the rewards as Jack Brooks picked up the final 2 wickets to claim a 5-wicket haul, as Worcestershire were bowled out for 311.
Yeah, whisper Yorkie for me, please. Whisper Yorkie.
With the bowlers finding different ways to recover, all eyes were then on Yorkshire's new-look batting lineup. Unfortunately, they got off to a terrible start, losing both Rhodes and Pajara without scoring. The side were in trouble as batsmen continued to come and go. And then Ryan Sidebottom pulled up with what appeared to be a bad calf tear. although he would later return with a runner. Tim Bresnan, however, rescued the innings with a half-century as he guided the lower order through to 298 for 9 at the close.
Obviously quite difficult. Worcester bowled really well to start with, made it really difficult for us to score, as well as taking early poles with the new ball. So, you know, it's a wicket where I think you do need early wickets with the new ball, because it does flatten out a bit, and you know there's not much spin. So, you know, it's going to be a difficult day tomorrow when we do finally get bowled out and you know get out Worcester, especially with the loss of Ryan Sidebottom, who's torn a calf, I think, or it looks like that. No medical expert, just throw that in. But yeah, it's going to be a tough game from here on in.
Day 3. Let's let the birthday boy have a chat.
Good birthday.
Okay.
Good birthday.
Yeah, just a quick one really. I think yesterday we showed great character. Obviously not ideal start. I think we all know that can happen in April. Hopefully we get to 300, and if we can get past them, and that'll be a big mental edge, I think.
An early Bresnan boundary saw his side past 300, but he was out soon after, leaving Yorkshire trailing by 4 runs on the first innings. What happened next was one of the best displays of seam bowling you could wish to see. Tim Bresnan and Jack Brooks ripped through the top order as Worcestershire lost 6 wickets before lunch. And then Steve Patterson stepped in to clean up the rest of the batting to finish with career best figures of 5 for 11, as Worcestershire were all out for exactly 100, meaning Yorkshire needed just 104 to win. And their new opening partnership wasted little time in chasing down the runs, securing a 10-wicket win and the ideal start to the defence of their title.
We were just looking at ways, how can we go out there and bowl our lines and our lengths, put pressure on Worcestershire, and hopefully get in a position where we could chase a reachable target. But the way we went out and bowled then was absolutely incredible.
What a lovely drop. That's sweet. No, it was fantastic win. Unbelievable. It was. I'll let him off because we won. But no, that was unbelievable win. As good as any last season.
We've sent a message out that we will be there or thereabouts. We can play our cricket and stick to our process. That you know we're still a very good team.
6 lads away, decision to ban our captain. So that's seven players, and for us to still go out there and play the brand of cricket that we want to play, nice, positive, aggressive brand of cricket, and come away with a 10-wicket win from the position we're in. Yeah, that's really pleasing. It's one of the best wins I've seen in cricket.
So Yorkshire got their 2015 campaign off to the perfect start. Join us next time when we will keep you up to date with their form in both the Championship and the start of the NatWest Blast, including the arrival of a man they call the Big Show.
You just realise just how big a club it is. You realise how big a county it is.
Yorkshire's a county, it's the variety.
I think it's the people telling us that it is.
Cricket and fish and chips and a bit of beer.
Over 700 cricket clubs. That's more than the whole of Australia.
Yorkshire's strong, England is strong. That side is the best side there's ever been in the history of the game.
Yorkshire LV County Champions.
Cricket is ingrained in Yorkshire. I want us to go out there and do something different. I want us to go and enjoy the game.
Credit to you there, Hoddy. You set the tone.
It's you.
Dicky Bird, eh? You what?
I think we're ready, boys. Good luck.
It's really pleasing. It's one of the best wins I've seen in cricket.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Since then, in our behind-the-scenes look at the county champions, Yorkshire continued their impressive start to the season. Jack Leaning notched up a maiden first-class ton, and there's been runs for Pajara and Johnny Bairstow, along with a comprehensive win over Hampshire. It meant they were third in the LV County Championship after 4 games and looking good. There was news off the pitch, though, that could change the course of the season.
We understand the England and Wales Cricket Board have approached Jason Gillespie about the job of England head coach. Gillespie, who's currently coach of Yorkshire, would replace Peter Moores if he were appointed.
Obviously, we want Dizzy to stay, but I'm pleased to say it hasn't affected the players. I think, you know, we saw in our performance against Hampshire that, you know, the performance on the field was very good. What will happen will happen. You know, nothing official has taken place yet, but we'll just have to wait and see.
It's not really been a distraction at all. You know, the only thing that upsets me a little bit is that there was so much media here this week and none of them asked about our game.
He could do anything at the minute and it seems as though everyone wants a piece of him. But I definitely think, you know, it's worth England chasing him because he's brilliant.
With rumour rife amid all the speculation that Dizzy was the right man for England, the boys got back down to business in preparation for the first game in the NatWest T20 Blast.
So it's an open net, but what I want to encourage you to do is make use of the outfield. We'll get our fielding done. Just try and make the most of it. Use your initiative, use your nous. Is everyone okay with that? Beautiful.
The Yorkshire Vikings are in the North Group, alongside Rose's rivals Lancashire and holders Birmingham. Each team plays 14 games, with the top 4 teams from each group qualifying for the knockout stages. With confidence high after winning the pre-season tournament in Abu Dhabi, the captain was looking for a big improvement on past results.
Something needs to change because we haven't been that successful in this format. You know, one finals day out of 12, 13 years or something is, you know, it's not good enough. We don't really set any specific targets because you just find targets. If you reach them, then you don't go beyond that.
It's been difficult to change into T20 mode, but you know, I'm sure tomorrow, you know, when the crowd's in and the adrenaline starts pumping, we'll be all right.
Evening, gents. Cameras won't leave me alone, will they? Paparazzi everywhere.
Good afternoon, Yorkshire Ticket Membership Office, Stephen speaking.
It's our first T20 game, so we're very much delivering to a very new audience, very different to international games, very different to county championship games. So there's a lot of hard work on behind the scenes for a long time preparing for tonight.
It's all about the atmosphere. Yes, the cricket is absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's fast, it's action-packed. It fits in more with today's society than maybe it would have done 30 years ago.
You're looking forward to the 2020, you? There he is, Charlie in. Terrible bloke, no friends.
We're just starting our preparation now, and a few of the lights are coming on here at Headingley. We're just looking forward to seeing a big crowd come and support us. We'll go out and put on a show and play some really positive cricket and you know, entertain all these people that part with their cash. Can I just mention, lads, it was very remiss of me. I have to apologise. Matty Fisher's making it.
First up under the new lights at Headingley were the Derbyshire Falcons. 17-year-old Matt Fisher was the star of the show with 5 wickets on his T20 debut. Yorkshire then had no trouble in reaching their target of 129 to get the campaign off to a winning start.
I can't believe what's happening. I told the umpire to pinch me at the end, see if I was still dreaming, but I think it's just brilliant being out here in front of the lights, first one at Headingley.
We knew even though they got off to an absolute flyer, we kept cool heads out there. We got a couple of wickets and we believed from then on in that we could keep them to a low total, which was really good.
Fish, that spell was very, very good. I mean, to come in and bowl at an international player, the status of, say, Hashim Ahmed there at 17 and to hold him here, I think that was outstanding. Look,
okay, guys. Thank you.
How are we going?
With the club keen to keep up the early season momentum, another box office signing arrived to join the ranks. World Cup winner Glenn Maxwell, a man of many talents.
I've played a lot of golf all over the world. Wherever I go, I take my clubs with me.
That's a lot better. Yeah, very happy with that. I find it's a great way for me to relax and get away from cricket. With a pretty heavy schedule, it's something you need to do. It's something that you keep yourself mentally fresh, and golf's always been the way I've gone about it. I don't think I've been a big sort of goal setter. It's more about having impacts on games and contributing to wins. I think that's probably one thing I'll probably go away, and when I do debrief after this, I'll sort of think about how much I contributed to the team winning, and yeah, basically on that. Perfect length. I think as an overseas, you're probably going to have those pressures anyway, so it's nothing I'm not used to, and yeah, it's just about going out there and doing your normal business. So hopefully I can do that come game one.
As the players prepared to face Nottinghamshire, speculation over the future of the first team coach refused to go away.
I've spoken to Andrew and the ECB about the vacant position. They made it very clear they were chatting to a number of people of interest, so they'll let us know what the process is in due course. So at this stage, there's nothing more to say about it.
Smell lovely, Andrew.
An excellent bowling performance restricted the horse to 143, with the help of some good fortune. An unbeaten half-century from Andrew Gale saw the Vikings home with more than an over to spare.
Hey, changed here. It's like a Littlewoods kind of celebratory swinging like a rusty gate.
Lads, very well played. I thought the bowling effort was outstanding, and I think the fielding, I think we really set the tone there. So I thought we did really well done there. And then the batting, I just said we just didn't panic. Simple as that. We just played good cricket shots and nailed them. So not much more to say really. It's a good win. Enjoy that. Well done.
Bonkers.
Coming up, the speculation over the England head coach's position is resolved. But what will that mean for Yorkshire?
Regardless of whatever happens in the future, I'll never ever forget the experience I've had so far at Yorkshire.
Plus, old rivals do battle in the first rosiest clash of the season.
So much money, and I'm sick of it. And that's the little things that are costing us.
What are you struggling with?
I think actually it's going to show you. Flightless bird from Iceland.
How many letters?
6, 7.
I've got a clue. Hang on for the next time someone needs to
I've got it. Frozen chicken.
Lads, Richie P's the other kind of miss out, so that means we've got a debutant for Yorkshire. Where Maxwell.
That means a lot to us lads, so I hope it means as much to you as it does to us, so all the best.
Day one of the championship at Taunton belonged to Jack Leaning, who continued his good form with another ton to help the visitors recover from a tough start.
Being back in Australia again this winter has really helped. But again, just confidence with pre-season runs and taking that into the season.
The records keep coming, don't they?
Yeah, I'm feeling in good nick at the moment, so it's nice to get a good start and capitalise on that.
Right laugh tonight. Here we go. What a roommate. What a bloody good roommate. Marvellous. Marvellous, man. I'm scared. Don't touch me there.
Tim Bresnan, or Brezzy, as he's known to his mates, had the dressing room on their feet again on the second morning. And there was good news for the club off the field as well.
Yes, hi, welcome back. Big news coming out of the cricket world for you this morning. Sky sources understand that the ECB are in exclusive negotiations with one man to become the next England head coach.
And our sources believe that man to be Trevor Bayliss.
They've said they're speaking to preferred candidate. You know, I've spoken to Andrew Strauss, and you know, I'm not that preferred candidate, so that's absolutely fine.
I was expecting the worst, really. You know, I was expecting it to go. But it's worked out well for us. I think he would have done well for England, so disappointed for him because I know that he probably would have liked to take that job.
The lads have had a bit of banter with him, but he's always been concentrated on this job, the Yorkshire job, and obviously the lads are behind him whatever choice he took.
I think our players have handled it fantastic. I mean, they've been really good. You know, it hasn't distracted them. I don't think. You know, they're big enough and ugly enough to be able to handle all sorts of things. Anna and I got 4 kids, and you know, our youngest was actually born in Leeds, so we do have a real connection with Yorkshire. I'll be forever thankful for the club for taking a bit of a punt on me as first team coach. Regardless of whatever happens in the future, you know, I'll never ever forget you know, the experience I've had so far at Yorkshire.
So with the England head coaching role finally done and dusted, the boys could get back to concentrating on the season ahead. They found themselves in trouble in the second innings, but Johnny Bairstow and 99 from Adil Rashid ensured a well-earned draw in the West Country.
For whatever reason, I think we're just missing 5% focus. This last week, I think we've just been missing 5%. And what that means to you individually, only you can answer. You know, whether it's your diet, whether it's your gym work, whether it's your attitude to training, whether it's your attitude to your skills, whether it's attitude out on the field. I think we're just missing 5%. I think there's obviously a bit of tiredness around as well. You know, you can see that mental tiredness around. But we come Friday night, we turn up, we get the job done, and then we get 3 full days off. So make sure we turn up Friday night full of beans, because that's a big game for us, that. We beat them, we're 3 from 3, we'll be top of the league. Big game for us, and then we get 3 full days off.
Plenty to think about, boys. But well done. Great fight today. Thank you. Thanks, Phil.
All the preparations being done. It's just the fine-tuning now. It's almost like the calm before the storm. It's the bedrock of our financial planning. You know, we do make significant amounts of money out of the test match, and without it we'd be in serious trouble.
The ground has changed significantly over the last few years, and as a venue we feel quite confident that we can provide much improved facilities. So I think, you know, we're probably as confident as we have been over the years that this is as good a venue as any.
Yeah, really excited to obviously come back here, Headingley, and hopefully there'll be a full house when I walk out the back with Cookie, and looking forward to hearing the crowd roar.
Well, he's done it. He has hit this with absolute clarity. Starts the celebrations early. A Yorkshireman makes his Test match debut 100 at Headingley.
Adam, extremely well played. You must have dreamt of this. Saturday, Leeds Test match, maiden Test match 100.
Yeah, it's obviously a fantastic moment for myself and my family who've come from Whitby. So yeah, I'm very pleased to get 3 figures in front of my home crowd.
After the euphoria of a Test 100 on home soil by one of their own, a first defeat of the season at Durham in the Blast provided a gentle reminder to everyone to keep their focus ahead of a much-anticipated Roses clash.
I'm just interested in your thoughts. I'd like to start off with the 2 umpires. Juicy?
Just from me, there were a lot of negative people, rather than trying to challenge themselves to what were happening, what pitch, what situations, whatever. And that was a little bit disappointing, really, because we could have taken it for what we wanted.
Yeah.
And we've got to get the best out of what we're doing.
Like we've spoken about, obviously slow wickets. I know when I ever hear anyone talk about a slow pitch and they're moaning about it, complaining about it, all I start thinking is, oh, every time there's a slow pitch, you're going to moan and complain and not be able to perform on it. That's what I hear. Then I'll pick someone else who can perform on it. Okay? Is that clear? I don't want to hear any moaning, whinging about conditions, whatever. It is what it is.
Hello, welcome along to what is a huge Roses game and, of course, what is an Ashes year.
Good to see this man back in the change room. Look at him. How are you? You won a competition?
It looks like a competition winner, yeah.
What's your name? Where'd you come from?
My name's Derek.
Remember my first time wearing a Vikings hat?
How excited are you tonight, Joe?
I'm actually really excited.
Should be good.
You look really excited.
Biggest game of the year for him.
Always smiling, aren't you? Biggest game of the year.
Biggest game of the year for young Joe, isn't it?
Forget the Ashes, mate. This is the big one.
It is.
This is your cup final.
I'm actually. Does it? Can't sit still.
It's exciting for the competition. I think you want England players playing as much as possible. So to have our lads back available for selection, I think is fantastic.
This is as big as it gets. I think atmosphere here is great, and good to have it on a Friday night here against Lancashire, and I'm sure the crowd will be really up for it.
Just from me tonight, let's really enjoy it. Great atmosphere. Let's enjoy it, but let's take responsibility as well. Don't leave it to anyone else. If you get your opportunity, take it. Enjoy it, boys.
In front of a raucous Headingley sellout, Yorkshire batsmen didn't disappoint.
Maxwell, the very first ball, reverse sweeps for 6. Nailed 6.
Well, this is tremendous cricket, really is.
Absolutely brilliant. What a Friday night. Great atmosphere.
It's a great ground, absolutely great ground. Great atmosphere in here. Full stadium as well, which is good to see.
We're here for the Test match of the weekend. That was superb tonight. It's absolutely fantastic.
Who do we support?
Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
With Lancashire requiring 69 off 30 balls, the horse looked certain winners. But Joss Butler had other ideas.
That's gone maximum.
Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, dear me, in the stumps. He misses, and it's
The big show had the big moment, and he missed.
What a game. Fabulous entertainment here at Headingley.
2 weeks running, we've got 7 of the last 5 games there. 7 of the last 5. How many up front did we go for in the first 60? It's not good enough. I think it comes back to practice. I don't see people practicing Yorkers day in, day out. We put an individual session on the other day. It got guys moaning all the time about it. From where we were last year, we're a different team. So much moaning, and I'm sick of it. And that's the little things that are costing us. There's no way they should have got anywhere near that. 2 weeks running, I can handle it once.
We need to find solutions. It's up to you guys. We can only do so much. We can only help you as much as we can. At the end of the day, we're going to get it done. Okay? For what it's worth, I think what the skipper just said before, it's absolutely spot on. Spot on. Not only he's noticed it, a number of us have noticed it. Okay? Just something to think about, lads. I think the skipper spoke very well there. Okay.
Next time on Cricket in Yorkshire, we'll see how the Vikings bounce back from their Roses nightmare, check on the progress in the Championship, and also meet their latest big-name signing.
You just realise just how big a club it is. You realise how big a county it is.
Yorkshire the county, it's the variety.
I think it's the people telling us that it is.
Cricket and fish and chips and a bit of beer.
over 700 cricket clubs. That's more than the whole of Australia.
Yorkshire strong, England are strong. That side is the best side there's ever been in the history of the game.
Yorkshire LV County champions.
Cricket is ingrained in Yorkshire.
The England and Wales Cricket Board have approached Jason Gillespie about the job of England head coach.
There was so much media here this week and none of them asked about our game.
I can't believe what's happening. I told the umpire to pinch me at the end.
How are we going?
Every time there's a slow pitch, you're going to moan and complain and not be able to perform on it. Then I'll pick someone else.
Good to see this man back in the change room. You won a competition?
The big show had the big moment and he missed.
So much money and I'm sick of it. And that's the little things that are costing us.
Well, Skipper just said before, it's absolutely spot on. Spot on.
Since last time, Yorkshire have continued to struggle in the 2020 Blast, but remain unbeaten in the county championship, with a record-breaking partnership helping to thrash previous leaders Durham to go top of Division 1.
It was a month ago. Headingley was a picture. It was a full house and we were ready for a big show.
As Maxwell, the very first ball, reverse sweeps for 6.
Well, this is for that show, isn't it? This is, I keep watching that show. I tell you what, it's better than Towie. It's better than that, I like it.
They talk about Lords being the home of cricket. This is it. Beautiful day again at Old Trafford. Lancashire Lightning versus Yorkshire Vikings. I'm just going to wander over. I'm infiltrating the Yorkshire Vikings.
This is Matt Fisher. He's only 10. He's just started playing for Yorkshire as young Matt.
What's your name? I know him, Matt Fisher. Have you been around a bit, haven't
John.
you? John. Oh, John, lovely to see you, John. I hope you go well tonight.
Cheers,
Good luck.
Batting all rounder.
Batting all rounder,
Yeah.
there we go.
Jack Leaning's here. He's another. He's only 12.
Look, he's got a beard, he's got a lot. He's like that Fisher. I don't know what they're breeding him on. What do they give him over in Yorkshire? He's 12, him. He's 10. He's 12. Not only do they have Yorkshire players, they got 2 from Australia. Fincher, good to see you. Are you fit at long last? What's been the matter with you?
I'm not fit, but I'm ready to play.
You're ready to play. Do you remember last time you played here? What happened last time? You hit that point.
Oh, I forgot about that.
2 in 2, I'll bet you did.
Oh my goodness me, over the point. Way, that's the biggest I've seen.
Right, good to see you. I told you last time, met your mother and father.
Yep.
They think a lot about you.
That's good.
They're the only 2, but they think a lot about you.
Steve Patterson's here.
Get him off, get him off.
Just trying to get my body moving again.
Seriously, get him off. You don't want to ruin the show.
Anyway, don't do so well tonight, because just to remind you, last time we played this fixture over at your gap, Lanky's won.
Cheers. Oh, that's all
Yeah,
that.
all right. See you later.
With a spin, huge appeal gone. Oh, look at it, it's Maxwell. Has he got enough on this? Oh, what a catch! We see plenty. It's the old fella Prince. Disappointment for Yorkshire. They've lost by 29. Lancashire sensational.
Obviously, you can deal with not executing your skills because we know everyone's trying. The only thing that I've got an issue with is I know we're going around the park and it wasn't the most pleasant time to get on the field. I think that we just got to enjoy playing cricket. Enjoy it. You might be going around the park, but we're playing for fun. I know it's your living, and you're trying as hard as you can, but enjoy it.
You know, let's be completely honest with our own game. So when you've got a time to reflect on it, your own game, what you did, what you could do a little bit better going into our next encounter. And, you know, you might be able to kid other people, but if you ask that man in the mirror, you'll get a proper answer.
So plenty of soul searching to do in the Blast, but in the Championship they were aiming to make it 4 wins in a row against Warwickshire, with a little help from an old friend who was lured out of retirement earlier in the season.
Oh, it's a great honour, enjoying every minute. The young lads sort of give me a new lease of life, obviously calling me granddad.
and veteran and every other cliche. So now they're keeping me going. They're enjoyable lads. They've got a lot of passion for the game and a lot of passion for Yorkshire. So why can't you get up for that?
If we can win this one after a great Chesterley Street effort, I think we'll put ourselves in a great position come towards, the business end.
Guys, we don't typically go through player by player. That sort of stuff is online, and if you want to go there, you can, to your heart's content. I think it is worth pointing out, though, a couple of things. Chopra has not enjoyed a good last 3 or 4 weeks, and neither has his little opening partner, Westwood.
You've always got a chance against your LB and ball and stuff.
No, yeah, no.
You got caught out a couple of times in winter doing Leicester. Like those off stump balls, where normally like you sort of flick some really catching in it.
If we keep doing what we've done, the cricket we play, then I don't think we've got to worry about the weather or the pitch or what 11 they put out.
On this off camera, please. Don't want everybody know my secrets. Good, then. I'll open it on.
Having won the toss and batted, the visitors were in trouble. And for once, glad to be saved by the rain. When play resumed, man of the moment, Johnny Bairstow, smashed another 100, but could only help the leaders to a disappointing 213.
Johnny, well played. I mean, the runs just keep coming. How delighted?
Yeah, absolutely delighted, obviously, to maintain the runs and keep them going, I guess, is something that I've got to keep working on, and the challenge is to keep that going for the rest of the summer.
Ryan Sidebottom was the centre of attention on day 2, with 6 for 34 to skittle the Bears for just 69.
I just want to say, fantastic day that I think the strength over the last 5 or 6 weeks is that when we needed someone to stand up, they have done, and City.
In Birmingham, a mystery intruder had returned to the dressing room, cutting up the players' clothes, with all eyes focusing on one man.
Do you believe in coincidences?
I do, Jason, yeah. Have you seen the film Sliding Doors?
No, I haven't.
Go back and watch that.
Okay.
And, it's just funny how it's come back as soon as I'm
as soon as
around.
you've come back.
Yeah.
Okay, mate.
It's a fiddle.
So,
and I ain't having it.
Something tells me there's more to come on that one. Back on the pitch, Yorkshire wrapped up a comfortable victory. City again the star with another 5 for to finish with 11 in the match.
That's how.
Yeah!
All right, Coop.
We're playing some outstanding cricket at the moment. We've got to keep respecting it, keep hammering that process, and keep doing good things in training. Our attitude at the moment is spot on. I thought, City, mate, you got back in.
One of the major reasons behind this summer's success is a great team spirit and the form of Johnny Bairstow, who has hit 4 centuries already.
To miss the start of the season was disappointing, but to be able to go away and work on my game again in the Caribbean was important, and to come back and hit the ground running, if you like, in the Championship especially, is really pleasing.
He's matured as a person and as a cricketer. He's obviously a little bit older, more experienced. You know, he's more comfortable with his own game and with himself, and we're seeing the product of that now.
I'm very proud of him. I think he's achieved quite a lot really this season for Yorkshire, and even for England just recently.
There it is, Johnny Bairstow, absolutely ecstatic. England win the series 3-2.
And Johnny Bairstow will take all the plaudits, he'll get the headlines.
To get the call up at Durham was really pleasing. The hard work that the squad put in that 5-game series was astonishing, and you could see that with the scores that they were making and how much the nation got behind them. So, yeah, to make a contribution in that last game was something that I'll never forget.
I'm terrible. I'm hiding, all sorts of things. But I like to be there at point-in times if I can be.
I think that's just a parental thing. I think that's not something that you can never change. She's been a nervous watcher all the way through, so that's something that will never change from her.
And not surprisingly, because of his prolific form, there's been talk of a return to the Test side.
It's something that is obviously pleasing to be spoken about, but my job's to be playing for Yorkshire and contributing for Yorkshire and hopefully contributing to a winning team. And if you are contributing to a winning team, then hopefully you go forward from there and win titles and win competitions, and that's how you get noticed as well as your individual performances.
A bit nervous at the minute, yeah, but you're looking forward to it, you know, especially trying to follow my dad's footsteps. Obviously, he played for Yorkshire as well.
Johnny.
Welcome to the enemy.
Hi Paul, how are you doing?
3 for 16 after 5 overs. It's not even close to good enough. The game's over.
In the blast against Durham, Yorkshire gave a debut to another of their seemingly never-ending supply of young talent.
A bit nervous at the minute, yeah, but you know, really looking forward to it, you know, especially trying to follow my dad's footsteps. Obviously, he played for Yorkshire as well, so it's going to be a big night for myself.
We always look from within. That's the way we do things at Yorkshire. And, you know, that gives me energy as well, looking at these young lads tonight, going out there, smiles on the faces.
Set 192 to win, a stunning display by, yeah, you've guessed it, Johnny Bairstow, supported by Jack Leaning, saw the Vikings cruise home with 7 balls to spare.
Lads, congratulations with that batting, Johnny. Unbelievable. Phil Sayers. What allowed us to bat like that, Johnny? Jack, any thoughts you want to share there?
I think we just used the dimensions of the ground. Unbelievable running between the wickets, lads. Like the amount of twos that you got that should have been just ones. They could not do anything about it.
It was always under control. It was absolutely brilliant. It was just beautifully timed, and to finish off with 7 balls to spare is unbelievable.
I think that's what we've got to take now for the rest of this 2020 campaign and into the 50 overs. If we play like that with the players we've got and stick to that, and we're going to take some beating. Very good.
With 9 of that side homegrown, another thing that is very good is the much vaunted Yorkshire Academy.
I mean, it's the philosophy of the club that has gone on, you know, for a long time now, that we want to try and produce our own players as much as possible.
They only have to look at Joe Root, Gary Balance, Adam Live, guys who have come through the academy and are playing for England now. So, you know, if that's not inspiration, then you know you're probably not right for playing for Yorkshire.
Yes! What to do, boys?
Success of the lads going away to England, it's a fantastic opportunity for the young players to step up, such as Will Rhodes and people like that have had opportunity at first team, but underneath it allows the academy lads to play second team cricket and under 17s to play academy cricket.
We're fortunate in Yorkshire that, you know, we got a lot of participation first and foremost, so we got, you know, a large number of young cricketers playing the game.
I think the number one key is that the coaching is the same from the top to the academy and below.
There's a lot of young lads coming through, and that's a byproduct of the academy. It's a wonderful place for a young player to play, because if you do well and you produce, you do get your opportunities.
I just think it's so fun and enjoyable to play for Yorkshire Academy, especially last year when we did the League and Cup double. You know, it was really fun environment to play. You got told to just go out and play our brand of cricket and put on a show for the crowd.
The way that they integrate the academy lads with the first team and the second team as well, like practice days, there's academy lads involved. You just see how the pros go about it.
It makes it easier for you to come into it because you know so many of the players already, so you feel more comfortable around the lads.
Our challenge is to win now and develop for the future, and part of that is giving exposure in the first team so that, you know, it becomes a natural progression as players get older and finally end their careers.
There will be plenty more opportunities for those young players after the club were dealt a major blow with the news that Aaron Finch will be ruled out for the rest of the season with a broken foot. sustained against Durham.
He's going to be out for a period of time. He's got the big moon boot on. You know, we'll get the final thoughts on from the doctors, but yeah, look, we're absolutely gutted for Aaron.
More bad news followed with a defeat to Derbyshire, leaving Yorkshire struggling to qualify for the quarter-finals.
Righto, gents, thoughts, please.
Got all bound up today, top order. You know, 10 for 3 or whatever it was. Talk about playing straight, I played across the line. For a guy who's got a lot of experience, I'm better than that, and I apologise to the lads.
They took it away from us in the first 6, and that's what we don't do to teams. 3 for 16 after 5 overs. It's not even close to good enough. The game's over.
Shy, I know it's early in your career and you're going to learn a lot, buddy, but today just showed you've got to be bang on. You know, you get thrown the ball, responsibility from the captain. You start with a wide. Short ball 4. Leg stunt half volleys. Talk about being disciplined, ruthless with our line and length. I'm not just picking on you, mate, okay? This is a great learning curve for you, young player. But we've all got to learn something. Lads, if we're not doing that.
Point being, like Jack today, which he played brilliantly in T20 cricket, and then you got out today trying to do something that you don't do. You know, so it's that kind of thing, and it's harsh on you, Jack, just maybe, but it's an example, I think, of our one-day cricket. Why do that?
Thank you, everyone, for contributing. I think we've got a lot out of that. Plenty to think about, boys. Really appreciate your time. Thank you.
A rare day off gave Jack Brooks the opportunity to put his own camera down and join us in the Sky Sports commentary box.
It should be good fun, something a little bit different to do on a day off. I don't usually go and watch cricket or watch cricket on TV on a day off, so it changes my habit there, but it's a nice day for it. And I suppose I've got one eye on something in the future after cricket, and sort of take opportunities like this when they come along.
Welcome to the enemy. Or a cameraman.
Oh, I'm good, yeah. Good to see you. You alright? You not got an eye on? Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. We didn't even mention about the captain.
Yes, I need all this.
You alright?
Yeah, good.
How have you enjoyed cricketing Yorkshire? Because we've loved watching the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, no, it's gone on really well. It's obviously quite fun. I think I'm annoying the Yorkie lads by sticking a camera in their face all the time. Big man.
Good evening to Jack.
Hi Paul, how are you doing?
I'm good, looking dapper.
Thanks very much. Yeah, I kind of thought at one point it looked like there might be like 100, 110 all out. Well, you could say yes, but...
I hope he'll do it again. He got some stick on Twitter, didn't he, from his mates. I mean, it wasn't very fair to call him Bob Willis.
I think it's some of those things you get used to and you get better and you sort of find your own way and your own methods. But it was good fun. Everyone up in the commentary box was good and very welcoming and very kind and sort of leading you along. So no, it was. If asked again, then yeah, I'll be dead keen, I think.
Meanwhile, further defeats to Worcester and Northants in the Blast had sealed the Vikings' fate. So against Birmingham, they fielded a team with 8 players aged 22 or under.
To have a young team against the best team in the North Group is going to be a huge challenge, and we'll learn a lot about them tonight.
And learn a lot they did, as the side made light of their inexperience against the defending champions to win by 7 wickets.
Lads, we'll be really quick here. First of all, congratulations, well done. I suppose a good finish to what overall was a pretty disappointing campaign, but well done. Let's enjoy this moment.
Every cloud has a silver lining, and you know they performed well. Bowling were outstanding today, and I think you know, me and Jack, you know, we obviously more senior players in the team at 21 and 22, and we you know, fortunately we you know, made substantial innings.
So a bright finish to what the coach himself called a disappointing campaign. The Vikings finished second bottom of the North Group with 11 points from 14 games. There was no such worries in the Championship though, with victory over Worcestershire making it 5 wins on the bounce, and another 100 for Bairstow finally earning an England recall at the expense of teammate Gary Balance.
Obviously delighted, but at the same time disappointed for Gary, obviously to miss out. But yeah, pleased for myself, and hopefully we go to Edgbaston and put on a show.
So with a game in hand and a 34-point lead, Yorkshire's quest for back-to-back titles is very much on as the season enters a crucial phase.
We know the hard work and we aren't going to be complacent. We're not going to take it for granted.
There's still a lot of points left to be played for, and we've still got to finish the job.
Back yourself, don't worry about other teams. If you keep winning, performing, then everything will take care of itself.
We've got some great challenges coming up, but it is very exciting and we're very much looking forward to it.
Next time, we're heading to the seaside for the annual Scarborough Festival, or Scarbados as the locals call it, as the boys start their 50-over campaign and continue the pursuit of the 33rd County Championship.
You just realise just how big a club it is. You realise how big a county it is.
Yorkshire the county, it's the variety.
I think it's the people telling us that it is.
Cricket and fish and chips and a bit of beer.
Over 700 cricket clubs. That's more than the whole of Australia.
Yorkshire's strong, England is strong. That side is the best side there's ever been in the history of the game.
Yorkshire LV County Champions.
Cricket is ingrained in Yorkshire.
Well, this is for that show, isn't it? This is I keep watching that show.
Are you fit at long last? What's been the matter with you?
Huge appeal gone.
Enjoy playing cricket. You might be going around the park, but we're playing for fun. You've got city men. You've got backing.
It's just something that obviously pleasing to be spoken about, but my job's to be playing for Yorkshire.
Johnny.
3 for 16 after 5 overs. It's not even close to good enough.
Hi Paul, how are you doing?
We always look from within. That's the way we do things at Yorkshire.
We've got some great challenges coming up, but it is very exciting and we're very much looking forward to it.
Still leading the Championship, Yorkshire put a disappointing 2020 campaign behind them at the start of the 50-over Royal London Cup. Australian star Glenn Maxwell smashing his first 100 for the club in their victory over Worcestershire. In Group A, alongside Surrey and Alders Durham, the Vikings were second after 4 games with 5 points. The top 4 teams from this and Group B qualify for the knockout stages, with the final to be played at Lords.
To finally get that 100, obviously I feel like I've been hitting the ball really well. This isn't going to work, is it?
Stop it!
What's he doing here? Jack Rooks TV on the proper camera now.
Yeah. That's it.
I don't think I'm a cricketer.
Yorkshire's bowlers were once again on form at the Riverside against Durham, with more runs from Maxwell securing another win in a rain-affected match.
We've played pretty much the cricket that we want to play, so we've talked a lot. It was time for the lads to step up and just get their job done, and these last 2 games have done exactly that.
I've got the 2 captains with me, Alex Leese and Mark Cosgrove. Alex, you got the coin, if you can flick it. Heads. It's a head that's been called by Leicestershire's Mark, and it is a head.
I think a good opportunity for myself to captain a few games. Gaylor's been struggling with his wrist, so done the last few one-day games, but I think he's going to be fit for the Champo game, which is his priority at the minute. And we're just enjoying our cricket really, and hopefully we'll keep going on the run.
They did indeed keep up that run, easily overcoming Leicestershire to make it 3 wins on the bounce.
We've spoken enough. It's time to just go out and do our jobs, and you're doing exactly that. 3 in a row. You should be very proud of yourselves.
We've got quite a young side there, really. We've missed Gars, we've missed Pudsey, we've missed Johnny, we've missed some
some of our senior lads. I think just remember, like, yes, we've got another game on Wednesday, then we've got a champion, so we've got a little break from this. But when we come back to it, just remember the way we've got behind each other and backed each other. And if we keep doing that, we're going to win a lot more than we lose, I think.
Should be proud of yourselves, boys. Top draw. Well done. Three in a row. Beautiful.
A new addition at Headingley this year is a players' balcony, which in an amazing show of generosity was paid for out of his own pocket by club president and former umpire Dickie Bird. Good lad, Dickie.
We've got some magnificent young players who are coming along, and I thought to myself, it'll be nice to do something for these lads who's given us so much pleasure. A balcony, and it gives me great pleasure to say to the lads, well played, and thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for coming here this afternoon. Thank you very much indeed. Well, I was told, Mr. Graves said of 30,000, then it got to 50,000, then it got to 75,000, then 95,000, and now 125,000. He'd better stop at that.
It's remarkably generous of him, you know, I mean, it's not a cheap item. He's been fantastic support to all of us, but particularly to the players. You know, they really appreciate that, you know, they love him to bits, and he thinks a lot about them, and that's why he's done it, you know, for the players, and to thank them for the enjoyment they've given to him over the last couple of years.
This will be around till the end of time. It'll be a wonderful occasion for the lads to hold the championship trophy here again on this balcony, and I hope we do it on Headingley, our own ground. Are we ready, lads? Well done, Dickie.
Every summer, the Yorkshire Cricket Fraternity pack their bucket and spades and head to the seaside for the annual Scarborough Cricket Festival.
I think it's a really special thing, not just in the Yorkshire cricket calendar, but in the global cricket calendar. This is the oldest cricket festival in the world, 129 years old this year. When I arrived at the ground this morning, somebody said to me, you know, you've arrived into a piece of heaven. And I think there's something in that, you know. This is a really special place.
It's legendary as a Scarborough Festival. You get so many people coming and have the holidays here, and you know, usually it's good weather this time of the year, and you're looking at getting crowds of 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 for a championship match.
It's an amphitheatre. Everybody's close to one another. The players are close to the spectator and vice versa.
The cricket festival itself puts £4 million every year into the local economy here. It's a huge amount of money. And then the publicity that it gets as well, the raising of the profile of the Yorkshire coast and of Scarborough in particular, shouldn't be underestimated.
We have a contract with Yorkshire for 10 days first-class cricket. We're halfway through that now. And that's how the club survives. We have a very big infrastructure for a town club. We can seat 10,000 people. All that has to be maintained. So it is vital that we get these sort of crowds. This is the jewel in Yorkshire's crown. It is just a great offering that no one else in the country can do.
Have a look next time there's a break-in play at all the kids who are out there playing on the outfield, who are inspired. It's all about inspiration.
We brought Molly along since she was, one. We always play on the outfield, which is really good, because at the big test grounds you can't do that.
Cricket is a big thing around this area, but for kids to actually come and take part, even in a sort of a play game on a real cricket wicket, is a fantastic opportunity for them.
A lot of lads have got young children, and you know, young children love coming to Scarborough, going on the donkeys on the beach, going on the amusements and all the rides, and I think that helps to create a relaxed environment, which ultimately helps the cricket out in the middle.
Creating the right environment is something which Gale has been doing since he took over the captaincy in 2009. Yorkshire born and bred, he's led a young side from the second division to become county champions.
I love being Yorkshire captain all the time. I mean, it obviously has its ups and downs sometimes when you know you're at the bottom of the league. It's not ideal, but we are playing some good cricket at the minute. We've got some fantastic young players that have come through, and we're playing some consistent cricket. That's the main thing. That's the little things that are costing us. There's no way they should have got anywhere near that.
Ultimately, as a captain, you want to be respected and you want to be approachable. And there's periods throughout my captaincy where I've found mixing them have been quite hard. But I think 6 years into the job now, I think I'm pretty decent at knowing the lads know where to draw the line. When it comes to practice and playing, pretty serious. But off the field, I'm pretty relaxed.
But soon after arriving in Scarborough, the skipper had some shock news for his players.
I just want to announce I'm officially stepping down as One Day and 2020 captain. It's a tough decision after doing it for 6 years, but I think now's the right time to hand it up to Leesy. With my body as it has been, and my wrist and the injuries and the form you guys have been in, and for the longevity of my own career as well, I think now's the right time, so I'd like to officially say good luck to Leesy, and let's get to a Lord's final, lads. Getting older, managing my body with the workloads to play every single game of the season is probably unrealistic, and with so many players missing through England, it's important that I'm in and around the Championship squad. And as I said, me and Jason felt that it was just the right time to give a young player like Alex at this stage, give him some experience for going forward.
A lot of pressure going around when you're playing for England, and it's quite hard to just enjoy your cricket.
Richie Pyrus said flair was encouraged, so why not? Don't leave it to the bottom 5, top 6, stand up, tick the partnerships off and do the job, simple as that.
Catch it. Yeah! Get in there, boy!
So, under new one-day captain Alex Lees, Yorkshire faced Somerset. A win would see them with 1 foot in the Royal London quarter-finals.
What we've set ourselves out to do is, because of the 2020 and so on, is that every game we are playing with in this 50 over tournament is to try and get better. So like we've done well and got points on the board, but each game we feel like there's just 10%, whatever it is, we can improve on, and the boys are reacting well to that.
Stick to behind the camera, please, Ferret. It wasn't looking good at 98 for 9, but a 60-run partnership between teenagers Matt Fisher and Carl Carver at least gave them something to bowl at. The youngsters' efforts were all to no avail, though, as the visitors cruised home by 6 wickets.
Well, I think we just got to remember we've won 3 out of the last 4 there, and we've played outstanding cricket throughout. We're just off our game today, but I think everybody in this dressing room backs what we do, and we don't go away from that just because we lost 1 game.
Despite that defeat, the Vikings booked their place in the last 8, thanks to a washed-out final game against Northants. It meant they finished 3rd and would play Group B runners-up Essex away at Chelmsford in the knockout stages. After a turbulent time for England in the Ashes, a player who has recently returned to the Yorkshire ranks is Gary Balance.
It's great to come back to guys you've played with for 6-7 years, guys you've been around a lot. So, and the lads are, it's just a good environment. Everyone's enjoying it, and it's very relaxed. A lot of pressure going around when you're playing for England, and it's quite hard to just enjoy your cricket.
Obviously, Gary was bitterly disappointed to be left out of the Test team. But after a couple of days of getting over it, he's knuckled down. He's working hard in the nets, and he's got some runs in one-day cricket.
I don't think the lads would allow anyone to mope around for too long. They just get stuck into them a little bit and tell them to get on with it.
Don't want to be looking too far ahead, and don't want to be worrying about things that I can't control. Just trying to get Yorkshire winning games, and that's the most important thing, I think.
It's quite special that we're doing something in Scarborough. During the Scarborough Festival, it's quite a big week in Yorkshire cricket, so yeah, it's nice, lovely weather for it, so it's an exciting day.
The reason I'm dressed like this, Richie Pyrus said flair was encouraged, so why not?
There's some people here who are bandits, including our players, so there could be some interesting scores today, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
started off with no score, going out of bounds. Then I got a bogey and I just got a birdie, so took out my first hole. I'm playing alright.
We've gone well as a team, haven't we?
Done alright as a team. We got 47 from that, so not too bad.
Wow.
Yeah. Big boy roads.
Stepped up.
Don't expect anyone to turn up really, but yeah, to have 14 teams, it's it makes it the day even more special.
When you come out, you get a ticket.
Don't get the front foot, I'm over.
Head.
All right, Skip, what do you got for us, buddy?
Okay, lads, I think the plan's simple today. I think it's about the top 6, standing up, doing the job and ticking them partnerships off. All right, don't leave it to the bottom 5. Top 6, stand up, tick the partnerships off and do the job. Simple as that.
Despite those words, the top order collapsed in a dramatic fashion, leaving them in all sorts of trouble at 95 for 9. Only a 50-run partnership between Bresnan and Sidebottom restored some respectability. But on an extraordinary day, the bowlers once again dug their side out of trouble, skittling Durham out just before the close, and even managing to emerge with a 6-run lead.
We are on top right now, but there's another 3 days to go. Again, 20 wickets in a day. It's a bit random, to be honest.
And can we get a quick word on the Ashes, because it's been another amazing day at Trent Bridge?
Yeah, fantastic. The guys are playing great cricket. I think Broadie's... Sorry, what happened then?
I don't know. Great. Look at the lens. Look at the lens.
Did you get that? Did you get it? Jack Brooks, by the way. That was Jack Brooks.
Why are you wearing the same shirt as Pato, Jack?
That's not right. I think John Potter was
His mum dressed as him, and his wife dressed as him.
anyone but Pato to be wearing the same t-shirt.
Captains, Yorkshire's Andrew Gale and Durham's Mark Stone.
Lads, just come in really quick. Just from me, lads, whatever we do today, let's just do it well. We've spoken a lot. Let's go out there, enjoy ourselves. It's going to get a nice crowd here, so let's go and play some good cricket. Okay, all the very best. Enjoy.
The Colts certainly wouldn't have enjoyed seeing his team slump to 79 for 5. But then Adil Rashid and Glenn Maxwell came together to hit centuries in a 248-run partnership that could have a huge bearing on the destination of the title.
Yeah, I thought we played exceptionally well. It was a tricky pitch, but I thought the time we came in, we adapted ourselves and we played a natural game. It was obviously Glenn played magnificent. To be on the other side watching him play all his shots and stuff, it was a privilege to watch.
Batting with Rash was really pleasing, and something I've been working on really hard at over the last few months, and I felt like I've been getting better and better, and hopefully it continues to get better.
There were a few little things this morning about finishing today and what have you. I think it's important that we just don't get ahead of ourselves because we know what Durham are like. They'll dig their heels in, they're very workmanlike, and it's going to be tough.
Setting the visitors 446 to win, the bowlers took regular wickets, with Liam Plunkett leaving his mark on the Durham batsmen, as Yorkshire sealed an incredible victory inside 3 days.
Well played, lads. Well played, everybody.
Come on, President.
That's it, everybody.
Tell the President.
Well played, everybody. Well played, lads. Tremendous.
Lads, congratulations to be sitting here on day 3, winning a game of cricket by over 180 runs after being 95 for 9 on day 1, and then in our second innings being 79 for 5. Is a pretty awesome effort.
great attitude, skill, character being shown in this match. We've dug into the reserves of character in this match, that's for sure. And win by, what, 180. Brilliant. Brilliant.
We're in great form, six wins on the bounce, but you know, can we go 10 games on the bounce? We want to start setting some new records now.
We give ourselves a goal to try and win every game. Obviously the gap's widened, so we've played some good cricket.
It's been fantastic. The people are so passionate around here, and I'm just glad we could put on a real show for them and get over the line.
What a wonderful place, and people are excellent. This cricket club is brilliant. You know, it's our home away from home. Our players really enjoy coming here to play cricket.
So, as the curtain came down on another successful Scarborough Festival, Yorkshire sat 38 points clear at the top of the county championship with a game in hand. The prospect of back-to-back titles moving ever closer. With the season building up to an exciting conclusion, join us next time as the White Rose go in search of more silverware.
I don't think I'm a cricketer anymore.
Stop it! It will be nice to do something for these lads who's given us so much pleasure.
It's legendary as the Scarborough Festival.
This is the jewel in Yorkshire's crown.
Richie Paris said Flair was encouraged, so why not?
I just want to announce I'm officially stepping down as one day in 2020 captain.
Yeah, fantastic. Jab Brooks, by the way. That was Jab Brooks. Jab Brooks.
Catch it. Well played, lads. Well played.
The people are so passionate around here, and I'm just glad we could put on a real show for them and get over the line.
Since last time, Yorkshire continued on their seemingly inevitable march towards the title. Well clear in the championship, they also had the quarter-final of the Royal London Cup to look forward to. Heavy rain curtailed their preparations ahead of the clash with Essex, meaning they had a chance to show off some other sporting talents.
Is it on then?
2 words make a popular cricketing phrase. Something Chelmsford.
Portrait.
To the man with the smart hairstyle and rather strange beard. Yes, Fortress Chelmsford. Who trots that out on a regular basis? Nasser.
Big no.
Yes. I don't know why he wants to portray it to be Fortress Chelmsford. It's just convenient. But it's no more of a fortress than Old Trafford or any other of those grounds, quite frankly. Those are the key 6 batters. There will be others, but those 6 will play.
Best way to stop him scoring is to get him out of it. That's with everyone.
Unfortunately, that's on TV now.
Here comes your weight, say bud.
Lads, you've done all the work. Let's just go and play with your excellence. Okay, all the very best. I wish you well.
Gets in.
And Yorkshire in a bit of bother here now.
Big problems now for Yorkshire.
A desperate situation developing here. Another Yorkshire batsman goes.
And Yorkshire in trouble here now, here in the end, 202 for 9.
I think everyone in the dressing room was just a little bit, very disappointed with the way it had panned out. I think we were 160 odd for 3. To be 200 for 9 was, on a good surface. It felt like, potentially we'd thrown away a great opportunity to post a big total.
Matthew Fisher.
I know he can bat, that's the thing. He's still young, so he's going to bat later on in this squad because we've got a lot of all-rounders, but he can hold a bat. He shapes up nicely. I think he got 30 odd against maybe Somerset at, I think it's Scarborough. I didn't play that game, but he shapes up nicely. I just said to him, play your own game. If it's there, hit it. And he just rotated to strike well, and I tried to play some big shots and it came off.
Danger now is Liam Plunkett. Good batting, Liam Plunkett.
Important runs as well, Nick.
Oh, that's gone. That has gone a long, long way. It is exceptionally good batting. Got themselves up to 252, thanks to a little gem from Liam Plunkett.
We went in at half-time and Liam and Fish got us up to 250. You know, I had a real sense of belief there, and you know, I wanted to make sure the lads knew that.
Alex spoke well in the break, and all the lads were very up for the fight. I knew we probably didn't quite nail the batting, but we were in this position. There's no point dwelling on that. That's right. What's going to allow us to win this game of cricket?
Oh, well bowled. Massive wicket. Huge wicket for Yorkshire. Oh, what a ball from Plunkett. Yorkshire are right back in this contest.
Edged and gone. What a decision by Alex Lees. Should he keep Plunkett on? You bet he should.
I thought it was quite an obvious decision. We needed wickets, and you're going to get wickets from somebody bowling 90 miles an hour.
The way that we bowled as a unit, you know, the pitch was obviously still good, and as soon as the lights came down and you know, it started just misbehaving a little bit, we sort of piled in, and that's the strength of this team. You know, never sort of saying, you know, die is enough, just keep going.
Gone, yes, he's too good tonight, Tim Bresnan.
Yorkshire winners by 20 runs, and the dream of the double is still alive for them.
I think testimony at this side over the last couple of years, someone stands up when we really need them. I think that last wicket partnership from Pudsey and Fish there really give us, as the skipper said at half time, that belief to go through. And when they were 95 for 1, it looked like the game were gone, really, if they'd have batted the overs. But again, to come back from what we did as bowling, as fielding, we always believed, and to get over the line, that's the most important thing. So absolutely brilliant, well done.
Still dreaming of a Lord's final, attentions had to quickly turn back to the Championship a few days later against Somerset.
Somerset's downfall. Some of you may have seen this. Now that's Stumpy. That's Stumpy, the Somerset mascot in purple. There we go, that's a famous Yorkshire victory over Somerset. Let's just do the same.
Yorkshire made the most of Andrew Gale's decision to bowl first as they skittled the visitors for just 110. Jack Brooks was the star this time with 5 for 35, his best first-class figures for the White Rose. Ashes winner Adam Lyth then hit 62 as Yorkshire ended the day on 138 for 3.
I was actually quite nervous though, probably the most nervous I've been all season before a match. Having been out of the team for a couple of games and trying to prove a point, I've got a good record at Headingley. So I knew that if I came out the blocks flying, I could put it in good areas and get some wickets, and the lads took some good catches as well and helped me out.
It was the turn of Yorkshire's other England stars to show their class on the second day. Gary Ballance and Johnny Bairstow both falling just short of hundreds. It was all done and dusted on day 3. The visitors all out for 155 to notch up Yorkshire's 9th win of the season and leave them within touching distance of retaining the championship.
What a lovely especially for you.
We talk about being ruthless, and we showed over them why we're top of the league and why they're near the bottom. Because when we got in, we cashed it. I thought collectively it was a brilliant effort, but as a bowling unit, I take my hat off to you. Top draw.
Results elsewhere meant they needed just 5 more points in their next game against second place Middlesex to clinch the title. In the Royal London Cup, Yorkshire were aiming to reach their first Lord's final since 2004 as they faced Gloucestershire at Headingley.
Alex, what would you have done?
I'd probably had a bat, to be honest. It's probably the best wicket we've played on all year at Headingley. You know, we generally get a little bit softer wickets here, so I think we're looking forward to batting, to be honest. Get scoreboard pressure big in particularly knockout games, so yeah, we're looking forward to it.
And that'll bring up 50 for Adam Lyth. He's looked busy, he's looked compact, he's looked confident. Good to see that smile again.
High in the air, could be trouble, could be trouble. I think that's a brilliant catch, yes it is. Lyth has gone for 96, he's distraught and disgusted.
Balance has gone now.
Oh, that's really close, he's gone.
This Yorkshire innings is falling apart here. Yorkshire will not be as pleased as they might be with that total of 263. Momentum, if you believe in it, is probably with Gloucester.
All credit to the way Gloucester bowled to start with, and the way that, you know, Maxi Klinger came out and batted. You know, I think I sort of realised, as you know, playing the amount of cricket that I've played, that he's given us a bit of a lesson there in one-day cricket, and you know, all credit to him.
Klinger goes through for another brilliant 100. His third 100 of this campaign. Only 7 games he's played.
The mighty Yorkshire find themselves falling short once again.
More heartache for Yorkshire than in semi-finals. They've lost 16 out of 19, dating back to 1979.
We don't want to sit here next year having the same conversations. You know, I think, you know, great opportunity to learn something from this match and to take that forward in the next year and beyond.
I think we've got to look back at this competition and how we have played our cricket. And I think going forward, we keep enjoying our cricket, how we did in this comp, and keep playing good cricket. You know, we're so close here. You know, Klinger's class player, played a brilliant innings. We were only 1 wicket away there. I think we can take a lot from this run, this comp, and how we played.
Probably won't sink in for another couple of weeks when I'm sat on a beach, hopefully somewhere, and I'm thinking, actually, that's a fantastic achievement.
So, whilst they may not have been heading to the home of cricket for a one-day final, it was exactly the place where the players had the chance of wrapping up the championship title against Middlesex.
There's a lot of excitement there. I felt that amongst the players. It was almost like Christmas Eve. The lads were really, really giddy, and I was as well. But you know, I had to put a front on and a bit of a show on that. There was still a lot of hard work to do. 5 points was in that division is still a lot, and you know, even though I didn't believe my words, I had to still say it.
My genuine focus was about, okay, what surface are we going to play on? Okay, well, how's the training session going to pan out today? How can we get the most out of this session? So I certainly wasn't looking any further ahead. I think more so, you know, sitting down for a meal that night and thinking, you know what, if things go well here, you know, we could be in a position where, you know, we're lifting the trophy.
If you can't win the championship at home, where would you like to win it? To go to Lord's was a dream come true, really.
Lads, we know it's a big week. There's a lot of excitement around, real good feeling around the team. Thought we trained really hard yesterday. But let's enjoy this challenge. If you get your chance, make it count. Take the opportunity, put your name in lights. Let's enjoy it, boys, eh?
Any nerves the players had as they took to the field were soon calmed in the most extraordinary way. A triple wicket made, and in the very first over of the match from the evergreen Ryan Sidebottom destroyed the Middlesex top order.
After the first over, you've already got a point. You know, if you're batting, you need to get 200 runs. You know, it was a bit surreal, I must say.
You're kind of rubbing your eyes. Is this real? You know, it was just, you know, given the situation and the
you know, the importance of the game for Ryan to, you know, deliver an over like that was remarkable and unique, I think.
The horse never recovered from that devastating opening, eventually bowled out for just 106, with Tim Bresnan claiming 4 wickets and that man Siddy passing 700 first-class wickets as he finished with 5 for 18.
That was the moment we were thinking. It was quite weird actually, because we got them 9 down and or 8 down, and the lads were saying, "What are we going to do here? Are we going to celebrate? You know, are we going to do a lap of the field? Are we just going to go and bat and get on with the game?" I said, "Well, first and foremost, let's respect the game here, because we're still in a game of cricket. So, you know, let's not show any disrespect to Middlesex here, but let's just have a minute out here to ourselves to appreciate, you know, what we've actually achieved here." And we had a bit of a jump around, a bit of a dance on top of each other. And, you know, I just said to the lads, it's a fantastic achievement. You know, you've got to be really, really proud of yourselves.
As Yorkshire set about getting the 2 remaining bonus points they needed for the title, Nottinghamshire's struggles against Durham meant that shortly after 3 o'clock, with captain Andrew Gale batting in the middle, Yorkshire were confirmed as the champions of England once again.
I was blown away with that really, because I didn't realise how many people were there at Lord's actually, and to walk through the long route. Everyone standing and clapping and patting me on the back, wanting to shake my hand, shouting, "Well done, you know, champions." I got quite emotional and the hairs on the back of my neck were stood up.
County champions, that was a little bit surreal to be sat on the balcony waiting to bat, being next in thinking, yeah, quality. Now what?
On the final day, Yorkshire's batsmen were unable to celebrate their title-winning style, as they lost regular wickets throughout the day to be bowled out for 134 and suffer their first defeat of the season. Despite that setback, and after all the upsets last season, Andrew Gale was finally able to get his hands on the prize he craved more than any other.
The most special time of my career, really. This time last year, I was crying in the back of the dressing room knowing that I couldn't lift the trophy, and you always wonder if that chance will come round again, and it has done, and fantastic from all the lads, and they take the plaudits as well as myself.
You know, to get it last year was special, but I think this is even more special the way this year's gone to be able to back it up.
There's been so many fantastic moments, and seeing our captain lift the trophy after the debacle of last year, I'll never forget that.
As the players continued the celebrations into the night, including recreating some iconic music moments, and then returned to Headingley with the trophy to a hero's welcome, all that's left for us to do is say a huge thank you from everyone at Sky Sports to the players, coaches and club officials at Yorkshire on what has been a truly memorable season with England's most decorated county team.
Probably won't sink in for another couple of weeks when I'm sat on a beach, hopefully somewhere, I'm thinking, actually, that's a fantastic achievement.
It's been an excellent few years for us on and off the field, so, you know, long may that continue.
I'm hoping that, you know, for certainly next 2 or 3 years we'll be there or thereabouts.
You just need to keep looking back and speak to the guys and realise how good a squad it is and the achievements that we've done.
The greats of the past are the greats of the past, but, you know, we want to be as seen in sort of the same category as one of those great teams.
If we're not looking to be better each and every day, you know, we're going to stagnate, and there's all these other counties, they are going to be working their butts off to move up that ladder and take the mantle off Yorkshire, and, you know, we don't want that to happen.
We're champions of Division 1. Get in there, lad. Come on, son. The ball flies high in the Yorkshire sky. Another 6 for Johnny B. For Dizzy's boys, let's make some noise on the Western Terrace at Headingley. Balance and lithe, always thrive when the blade smacks on the ball. Here comes Jack Brooks, the batsman ducks, see how the wickets fall. That Tim Bresnan, he's the best an artist at the crease. Lees and Sidebottom, we've not forgotten how they play to please. Wickets tumble, counties crumble, Andrew Gale's machine. Catchers, run-outs, we're in no doubt, this team's lean and mean. We're champions of Division 1. Get in there, lad. Come on, son. Maxwell and Finch didn't give an inch when the opposition came. Adil Rashid, in the hour of need, spun this team to fame. Patterson, Plunkett, they don't flunk it. Step up for the White Rose. Pyra, Pajara and Leaning Ara, winning team than ours. Champions of Division 1. Get in there, lad. Come on, son. Champions of Division 1. Get in there, lad. Come on, son.